Well, hello, hello. Yes, I am still alive. And it is Araya here, coming live. And for the love of dragons, it is our Thursday 2 o'clock slot. And I have missed a few weeks. And as some of you know, you haven't seen me very active in the last 10 to 14 days since the internet signal disappeared right before Kailash, and for some reason, and I will just put an apology out there. Hi, Melinda, good to see you. There's been something that's been keeping me from actively going in and posting stuff and responding to things. It's been a whole week, and part of it is my own integration process happening. So I apologize that I've been silent, but I have been here, been sending great energy out to you guys, and now back. I will be back online now with my weekly lives, and I do have some posts to make to catch up on all the incredible photos and things that happened. Hello, Denise. During my time in Kailash. What a powerhouse trip. And I'm sure, hi, Mary. And Mary, I'll just put this out there. I have a special little heart rock coming to you. You requested it, so I brought one back. I actually was gifted so many beautiful heart rocks, and it was just such an amazing mountain to be on. So much love in that mountain that there were heart rocks everywhere. But yes, Mary had requested one from me, so I did bring one back. I'll be sending it to you, so maybe send me your physical address. But it's been very hard for me to get back on, and some of you guys have probably been feeling that. So let's start with talking about the transmissions. Wow, we had quite a journey with transmissions over the last several weeks, right? Not only were the transmissions around Kailash huge and moving, but we had transmissions before and after that were connected in a different way to the dragons in the land there. And for those of you that were receiving those, I'm so grateful that you were part of that, because not only do you receive from that and probably feel lots and lots of shifts. You're welcome, Mary. And yes, Liz, love the transmissions. You guys receive, but in a way you're also giving at the same time, because what happens is as you receive those, that energy that gets transmitted is essentially getting transmitted all across the globe to the locations where you're at. So it creates a much bigger web of energy to spread and relocate that all over, which is a huge gift for the planet and part of the whole process. Hi, Nancy. So grateful to you guys for signing up for that, and hopefully you received great rewards and benefits and your own shifts and transformations from that, because a lot happened in that energy. As you know, it's a journey of liberation, and as we liberate ourselves into truly being free on another level, we open up to the next level of integration. And for me, that was the biggest part of why I haven't been able to be active until today. As you can tell, I'm still a little under the weather. I've been suffering the most jet lag I've ever experienced from a trip. Granted, it's 15 hours. Hi, Willow. Good to see you. 15 hours time difference, literally night to day. And, you know, I've been up to a 10-hour time difference before in a similar way, but never had it hit me so hard. And part of it hitting hard is the level of integration. And what I'm seeing happening this time, which I haven't seen before, is the level of energies that happened and opened with the Kailash activations. I'm coming back feeling, I've been describing it as like multi-layered. So actually sensing and feeling energetically when I tune into it is if there's at least 5 to 7 layers of different energy pieces that are being integrated all at once and coming in. And so normally we have just maybe 1 or 2 of those going on. So this is a really big one, and many of you might have been feeling in the last couple of weeks the Willis, thanking Liz for getting around. That's awesome. Sarah Lise, hello, good to see you. Normally we don't have so much going on, and so when we do, it creates a lot of physical symptoms because our body is not able to process it all and deal with it all right away. And so you might have been feeling an incredible need to sleep and sleep deeply and long. I know that for me, coming back, normally I adjust a couple hours a day. I'm still not on the right time zone. Been back for about 5 days now. And I've found myself not only being exhausted and needing to sleep during some of my daylight hours and reschedule some things, but that it's not just being tired. It's actually being where I feel like if I don't lay down, if I don't sit down and close my eyes, I'm actually going to fall down. Because hi, Weldy, good to see you, and Randy, good to see you, and Annabelle. Like falling asleep on my feet, like that level of tiredness, which rarely hits me so hard. So if you've been having a lot of that go on, if you've been having a lot of nausea, I know I have throughout the day waves of nausea hit me. Hi, Lanny, good to see you. Where it's just sort of inexplicable. It's yes, I have a little dry throat cough going on, but I know I'm not sick. Since I hit the altitude, and I'm quite proud of myself, you guys. I was up close to 18,000 feet back in my late 20s. I will admit it, I'm now 52, so I was a bit trepidatious about going over 18,600 feet. I did it. My 5-year-old did it. He did it probably better than all of us. Granted, he didn't have to walk the whole way, but his lungs were totally up to par. And yeah, total tiredness, Randy. And coming down from that, ever since I came down from that altitude and the dryness and the thinness of the air up there, I have been struggling with my lungs, just having a dry hacking cough. So don't be alarmed by it. I'm not really sick, but I am recovering, and so it's affecting my voice as well. And I might be coughing and having coughing spasms throughout this, but I really wanted to start connecting with you guys again. So part of the journey, some of the things I wanted to share, because so much happened, not just around Kailash. It started when I got there. I built into the trip a few days early to go to Beijing. Wasn't necessarily planning to do activations there, but the beautiful thing about this work is when you get aligned, you get the information as you need it. And so things and pieces showed up, like as soon as I got there, started going. The reason for getting that early start in Beijing showed up. First day, made our way to the Summer Palace, just enjoying a beautiful place, right? Incredible property with the parks and the big Buddha temple, and I mean the structures and the beauty, and we got to do a boat ride, and it was just incredible. And lo and behold, found my friend Tira and I, who was there as one of my dragon hearts, found ourselves walking up this incredible stairway up to the Buddha temple. And naturally it figure eights like this. We didn't plan on it, but we both felt to walk opposite ways. Started counting the stairs, had 11 or 22 stairs and then 33 stairs before it met at a platform that went up a certain another level. I can't remember the numbers right now. I want to say it was 52 twice. And then 11 stairs up to the last temple. So there was these synchronicities happening, a winding of a perfect infinity 8 up to the top stair, and then this huge portal opened with both of us being there, something realigned to having been there together before centuries ago, and this magnificent portal opened up, and I went, oh my gosh, everything just started. Absolutely unexpected, and you just have to follow your gut in those situations when you feel energy starting to flow and let things happen. And sure enough, hi Susan, good to see you. That was the kickoff. Not knowing that the next day we would be going through the Forbidden City and have lots of memory rise of being there. I was in my full dragon, so was she. Felt that we're having a meeting with the Emperor through multi-dimensional aspects, and that indeed all the dragons in land were going to be released, and asking if the Emperor wanted to change his decision that was centuries old, but was being given another opportunity to change his mind and work with the dragons in a specific way, knowing that, you know what, I'm here to release them all. And that was a real big revealer to me of another big piece of the task that I was there for. And oh, thank you, Sarah Lise. So those two big pieces started in Beijing. The other piece that started was as soon as we got into Lhasa, met the group actually in Jining before we took the train, and this group came together. There were 14 of us all together, a divine 12, so that I could stand in the center, sometimes with Keegan, sometimes on my own. But the group that came together was absolutely profound, and from all different stellar families and dragon families, and they were all there for a reason. They carried specific energy. I found it very interesting. Very few people, I don't know if you know this, have actually multiple signs in their birth astrology. So for example, I'm a Libra. I have 5 planets in Libra. So yes, my birthday's coming up. That's very rare. Like 2% of the population or less has 5 planets in their birth sign. Well, there were 3 of us out of those 14 people that had 5 planets in their birth sign. That's sort of interesting, sort of specific. And it definitely was a powerhouse group. So the neat thing was that when we came together first time to do the first activation in Jining, there we were in the middle of the train station, found the perfect, it was the perfect gathering, perfect circle. And we felt, even as we started the circle, before we even, quote, started, the energy started spinning. And everybody felt that. They're like, oh my God, it's already going. I said, yeah, actually, all of these are already going. We have to just physically connect into them. That's why we are the physical carriers, and we need that human bridge. So for all energetic work coming from different star families or dragon realms or wherever you hail from and the work you're here to do on the planet, hold on one second on that, Sarah Lise. We are here in human body because we have to have a human bridge to get the work done for the planet and into the planet. So it was very neat to see and feel that, all right, this is already aligned, we're connecting to it, and boom, it was powerhouse right from the get-go. Moving into Lhasa, let me just read this quick. 8-year-old girl in your house is a total priestess and has 6 planets in Pisces. Wow, that's incredible. That's the first one I've heard with 6. So yes, she's on the money. Thanks for sharing that, Sarah Lise. The beginning of my journey in Lhasa was a homecoming. I've had multiple incarnations in that land, and what I found unexpectedly was we had an afternoon to go walk around. Didn't plan on doing any shopping. The guide had suggested that, wait, there's going to be better prices, there's going to be more things available that have more meaning if you buy it towards the base of Tibet. So I hadn't really planned on it, but then things started coming to me. And so one of the things, I happened in this little shop and I was drawn to this object that I would not normally go and be looking for specifically. And Lana, you just have an astrological reading. When they do your chart, they can see whether you're ascendant, you're rising, or you're descending, all those different signs, your sun, your moon. Like my major planet, I'm a Libra, and then I have my sun, my moon, my rising, and my descending, I think, are all in Libra as well. So an astrologer can tell you that. Anyway, this conch shell was staring out at me from a display in the store, and I just kept being drawn to it. I didn't know why. It was fairly pricey. Didn't really plan on spending that kind of money on the trip for, souvenirs or whatever. And something just said, it's yours, you have to have it. And I started remembering that when we're drawn to objects like that, quite often, like I used to love antiques and see things and I'd have to buy them. It's because you've had that object in a previous incarnation or in a simultaneous incarnation. And when this conch was coming to me, I was like, I don't know why, I just have to have it. So I'm going to share it with you because it's quite beautiful and it was just a very special thing. It's the only one I saw quite like it. Anyway, this was a very special thing, and I realized I had to have it. So I actually had to go back to my hotel room and get money and come back. And after I paid her, it was the first time I actually got to hold it. And she put it in my hand and my hand started vibrating. And I thought, whoa, this is big. And so I know that this was either mine, the actual one was mine, or one just like it was mine. But it's carrying a frequency that I thought was very profound. And as soon as I had it in my hand, I was told, you need to blow this conch during the 4 activations around Kailash. Yeah, isn't it gorgeous, Mary? And so then I, of course, had to remember how to blow a conch shell, which was sort of funny during each of the activation processes. I will say that my 5-year-old son, Keegan, blows it better than I do. And he actually got to blow it for the last one, which is a profound perfection in its own right. So that was the first object, and I thought, all right, I'm right on the money. This is my trip, and this is what it's about. And, you can know that going in. You can have all the signs and confirmations, but when things start happening, you just have this overwhelming just confirmation pour in of, yes, I'm on track. This is what I'm here for. This is part of the reason that I incarnated on the planet right now. And so then we started visiting monasteries. We went into a monastery, I believe it was the Drepung Monastery. And once again, didn't really plan on buying souvenirs, just sort of wandered by when he said, this is the souvenir place if you want to get anything. And I couldn't stop looking at this box. And this red box just kept drawing me, and I was like, I think I have to get it. So this is the beautiful box that came back to me. And I realized that I had one just like it. And all the paintings in the monasteries that were this specific relief type really touched me and triggered something deep within me. I have a lot of memory of me being present in some of those monasteries when that specific style of painting was being done and brought back in. So what I found very interesting, you will think this very interesting as well, is as soon as I got the box and I got it back to my hotel room, intuition hit me and I thought, oh my goodness, I need to put my conch shell in there. I wonder if it fits. So if you can see this, not only does it fit, it fits like a glove. It slides just perfectly. It's made for it, and so I wrap it inside in my beautiful scarf that was gifted as soon as I arrived, an ancient prayer scarf. And so I thought that was fairly interesting, and I wanted to share that just because it will trigger things for you guys. Every time I share stories, it's about waking up things within yourself and allowing the process so that when you go to different places, you will recognize that magic. Exactly, it's magical, Mary. You will feel, and my whole body's tingling on this, a call to go into a store and not know why, and see an object and know that, you know what, no matter what, I need to get that. I need to pick it up right now. And so that ended up being a very profound part for me of the journey around Kailash, because I carried it again with me all the way around. My whole body's tingling again on that. And then blowing it actually on site in the ceremonies. The other piece is, as we kept going, more things just aligned like that, and the process was magical. It was also long. You know, these journeys that we do, they're pilgrimages, and it wasn't just a pilgrimage around the mountain itself for 3 days. It was the journey to get there, and to get there from Lhasa, it was 4 long days driving in the bus. After 3 days of walking, then we had 2 more long days driving in the bus. That led us to some more profound places. And I think I'll probably just keep sharing over the next weeks about the different aspects, because we went to the Dongga Caves, we went to the Guje Kingdom, we had a very profound activation in Lake Manasaravar, and all these pieces make up all of the energy that you're going through right now and having activated through your body, even as I speak again about it. We had a magical morning leaving and starting the drives. Our second day brought us to Everest Base Camp, which was, every day they take you up over 15,000 feet to start getting you acclimated. And it's not really maybe their plan, but it works out that way, where the roads are built so that you go up and over a pass and then drop down just a little bit again. And so the first night that we actually had to sleep at 15,000 feet, which was a challenge to get used to physically, was at the Everest Base Camp. And I gotta say, I felt like our group was magically aligned as well, because we were gifted crystal clear view of Mount Everest at sunrise the next morning. We had a fairly clear view that evening, but then for sunrise, those that got up for it, it was crystal clear. And I think I posted some photos about this, because it was clear, and then as dawn breaks, like the temperature shift happens in a sort of conversion layer, and then some clouds and mist tend to build around the mountain. So you could see mist up the sides of 2 canyons in front of it. And what I loved watching was this mist came down, and it came up, and it formed into a perfect mist dragon, a cloud dragon that I posted a photo of right in front of Everest. The Everest had mist on the top at that point, and then it cleared again as the temperature change completed, and we got a clear view again. So it was like this dragon just coming in to say, hello, I see you, and welcome to Everest Base Camp, and here's the next step of the journey. So that was another beautiful gift there. And I think the other piece I'll share today, those were, all along the way, there were activations that were unpinning Arabellum, this massive dragon in East Asia, which if you look back in the posts, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a big post of a photo of that section of Asia, and then one right next to it where I've drawn the outline of the dragon so you can see her quite clearly, which once you see it in drawing and you look back at the one without the drawing, you can see her very clearly. And so the activations were along her wing edge, and we're unpinning her so that she can get enough strength to start flying again and come back online. The other piece was the dragon under Manasarvar, the dragon in Tibet itself, which if you originally saw the graphics, if you actually do a Google Earth and pull in on Mount Kailash, you will see like Manasarvar, and it is the heart chakra of this dragon in the land, and you can see the delineation very clearly in the land, especially on Google Earth. And so we were there to wake that dragon up as well and release him. The first step of that was at Lake Manasarvar, which is his heart chakra. I never know exactly what the activations are going to look like or how they're going to play. I never know what they're going to look like and what the formation needs to be necessarily right beforehand. So this one, I thought we would be in our circle of 12 as had been going along. But I bent down to touch the water and all of a sudden realized like, oh my goodness, all of us need to be on the edge of the water just touching the water. And as we sent our heart opening down into the water with the intent to activate and open, it was very slow. Sometimes I get worried inside like, oh, is it happening? What's going on? Is it going to work? And patience. And I could slowly start feeling energy building. And then the beauty of it was just like a frog or something coming out of hibernation, where having been in a deep comatose state for eons, you start to feel this energy pumping and pulsing. And I literally started feeling a heartbeat pulsing in the lake. Others in the group felt the same. And that's when I knew it, like, all right, his heart's back online. It's good. We've done this part. And then we did the unpinning after that. But that was a very profound and special piece too, that another unexpected addition to the journey. So just wanted to come and start sharing some stories, and I'm going to start posting some pictures. I've got probably 400 pictures, so it's going to take me another day or two to actually get through them and choose really the ones that I want to share, because I remember once I didn't have an internet connection anymore for the 2 days before and the couple days after Kailash, and then I just couldn't find myself in the energetic space I was in to actually get online and post. There were dragons in the sky. There were so many dragons in the sky around Kailash, and dragons in the landscape, dragons in the monasteries. They were just all over. And so I want to make sure to find those dragon pictures and share them with you, because they hold the space, they hold the energy, and I know that visually seeing that's going to trigger more of downloads and releases and integrations for you guys. So thank you for sharing in the Tibet journey, especially those that were connected in energetically and always projecting their heart space forward into our group. We could feel you, and that made it that much more powerful. Absolutely, you were there in spirit, Willow. I so appreciate that. And working towards that with our dragon family, I do want to share what's happening right now with all of our dragon stuff. There's so much right now coming back. The book has finally gone through all the paperwork and shenanigans that it needed to be available on Amazon.com. There's a Kindle version, there's a paperback version, and there's a hardback version. And I'm so sorry, I meant to have them with me and actually hold them up and show you. So I will post a photo. But they are ready and available online. They all include the CD, the digital download CD, and they're going to be available in French very soon. The Kindle version just showed up in my inbox, so that should be up. The book is The Dragon Within, Sarah Lease. That's the book that I wrote 11 years ago, and it's able to finally, yes, the actual hard copy is ready for purchase, Willow. Yes, it is. And I love it. I'm really mad at myself right now that I didn't bring the copy to show you. I feel like running and getting it, but I don't want to have a blank screen for a minute. So I'm going to be posting about that. I'll put a link into the group so you can find it easily, or just go on Amazon and search The Dragon Within. You'll see all the versions come up. The French version will be following very shortly because it is just about ready. And then, very exciting, we have the Spanish version coming out for the first time. So the Spanish version will be following short after that. You know that there's new elemental dragon meditations on there, but the next book club with the book is going to be starting October 17th. So anybody that's been waiting to do a book club or waiting for the right time, if this is your timing, it's going to be Thursdays again, 11:30 to 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, and that's starting October 17th for 6 weeks. So we'll be done before Thanksgiving for those in the United States. And that's always a fun, amazing, transformational 6 weeks. The bigger news, Eye of the Dragon. We're going to be starting January 2020, the next round of Dragonheart, first half of the program. I'm taking applications starting now. Enrollment is open. I have several applications in already, so those of you that have sent those in know that I will be contacting you to set up our interviews. We've got the next 3 months to hone in the group and pull it together, but it feels like an amazing group building. I can feel it. So I'm excited. If you've been wanting to know more about the program, either email me and I'll send you some information. I will be doing lots more videos and posts about it so that the word gets out, because that's a very powerful, it's 4-month program, but it's technically an 8-month program because it's just the first half. And Liz, yes, the book club is great. It's so much fun, isn't it? So I know some of you need to be in that Eye of the Dragon to work into the Way of the Dragonheart program. And I hope that you will message me to get the link for the applications, because I am taking those starting now. And we will start in January, and anybody that actually registers for that prior to the end of December gets bonus sessions. So definitely contact me for information on that. I'm very glad to be back with you guys. I love you guys. I apologize for my absence, but it was really good for me actually to be off for a while and just focus on trying to take care of me and integrate all of this. So I wish you happy integration. I know that there's so much happening for each of you right now, and we're going to start seeing, I feel like, some big shifts over the next 5 months, 5-6 months, from all that transpired there globally, that it's going to start affecting. Just like, you know, last November when we did the female black dragon, then 5 to 6 months later we started seeing some ramifications around the globe of different feminine rising things happening, activities, and women coming together and in beautiful ways, and lots more things prevalent about that. So I will see you guys next week for sure. Watch for my posts. I promise I will get to them. And thank you for your patience on that. And just sending big hugs and love out to everybody. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.